Hello, welcome to chrysalisdawntarot. Today we are going to do a reading about the elevation of the divine feminine and a lot of which she's been struggling with in some cases for the past 6 months to a year. God had a little chat with me in my pre-meditation to go over some pretty heavy stuff that a lot of divine feminine have been dealing with, even to the point of being attacked by several people, or at least by one person who's wanted her dead and who's been trying in different ways to kill her. So it's not the easiest stuff to talk about, but if you are watching this and you feel like you have been under attack, if you know this or if you've suspected it, really important to stay tuned to this reading because things are changing. I saw the Wheel of Fortune card and you're coming out on top here. You're coming into your elevation, but it's really important to really be very in tune with God right now to guide you beyond hidden obstacles, because there's still, if you're watching this, a good chance that people, or at least one person, is still wanting you dead and is going to continue to try and find a way to make that happen. And the reason being is that they know spiritually how powerful you are. And they know how magical you are and how much light you have, because most likely you probably naively and innocently shared this light with this person or with these people, and their reaction to it was not appreciation but envy, because they realized that you had a lot of power through all of that light and healing to heal others and to garner a lot of attention and shake up the power structure and their control through their own systems and regulations. And in a lot of ways, there are parallels between the story of Jesus and what he endured as a very, very powerful healer, and what a lot of divine feminine who are healers, powerful healers in their own right and in their own way, have been going through. And it's, a lot of these people who've been trying to take the feminine out, at one point were able to diminish her light by vamping off of her light, by being energy vampires, by keeping her confused, by keeping her lost, by keeping her stuck, unsure of herself. Some of these people are extreme narcissists. Now the feminine is seeing things clearly, or a lot more clearly, and has pulled her energy back. And that means that having that potency of her magic back in herself, if that gets out to a large group of people, if that gets out to the world, then she becomes the famous centerpiece of like a new way of doing things, providing people with more powerful, more instantaneous healing without a million intermediaries, without a million in-betweens, without a million rules, without having to necessarily be, we'll just say, in like some people, and I don't want to say it's just religious institutions, but even within the spiritual community, a lot of the spiritual teachers want to be on top and want a hierarchical power structure where everybody constantly has to feed back to them. And they, without ever really getting fully healed, they want to give like this much. They want to give like a micrometers amount of like insight, and then keep giving, and then maybe give one more micrometer, and then they're going to go back and recycle the first micrometer, and keep people on a very, very, very slow path of progress and ascension. And I'm not going to, and that's not only, sorry, I'm getting a little heated. Not only is that wrong, it's evil. It's actually, in God's eyes, it's satanic and evil to do that. So, and so it is, there's a battle going on, because the people doing this that are so-called spiritual teachers, or certain religious leaders might be doing this as well, they are really playing for Satan here. They're really playing for the dark, because you better believe that the people who are acting to slow down people's spiritual growth as we move into the age of Aquarius is about as bad, is equally bad as people who are doing like really dark things on the planet that, you know, are spoken about in the laws about things you're not supposed to do towards people, like killing people and etc. etc. Okay? Which is why it's no surprise that these people, these so-called spiritual teachers, are in many cases, and I don't want to say it's always that, because in some cases there's even ancestors who've passed on that are working through intermediaries to take certain people out. I've connected with those energies with people before, like grandparents, great-grandparents. It's like it's a vendetta that goes through many lifetimes of, you know, not wanting certain people in the family life to evolve, not wanting them to, because of certain contracts they made with Satan. And these, I'm telling you, it's a whole lot of dark. These people are dark. These people are shady. So, you know, we're going to pull some cards to get deeper into the energy, but God wanted me to share this message. You know, I'm a channel for the Most High as well as a reader. It all plays together. And it really wanted to come out, because there's a burden that the feminine has been carrying for a long time, knowingly or unknowingly, because of all of this. Especially finding out, like, yes, there's some protection in finding out that people have been trying to literally, in some cases, kill you, but definitely very much wanting to block all of your success, all of your prosperity, all of your happiness, all of your well-being. No, like literally no concern about you and your well-being at all. As long as you don't win, as long as you don't have a chance of in any way threatening their position, that you cannot rise above them. Some of these people are tyrants. Some of these people are, and they have done this in multiple lifetimes. And some of this, I'm telling you, with some of these spiritual teachers, you've been meeting these people in multiple lifetimes, and they have either taken you out in the past or they've tried to. And it's really, it's kind of pathetic in a lot of ways, because at a spiritual level, at a soul level, they've already so lost. Like, some of them have even already lost the right to reincarnate because of not learning the lessons in this lifetime. And they're still going because they don't realize this, because they're that stupid. So they're just, you know, and if they do know, they're trying to just make the most of what they have left, which is really very little. Very little. Because if you have been negatively judged in the higher courts, in the spiritual realm, it doesn't matter how things look in the physical, you're poor. You're very poor. And you don't get to come back again to do things the same way the next time, because you failed a lesson. They failed the lessons over and over and over and over. over again, a lot of these people. This is a heated message, but it's like, it's gotta come out, because some people have really been struggling with this. I ask you, if you're resonating with this, please subscribe to the channel, because by subscribing to the channel, you're helping to spread the word. And it's really, so just like, please take a moment now, subscribe. If you like the video as well, that's also going to help this message reach the people who it needs to reach. Because this is serious, it's a pretty serious message for people who are really, really advanced, beautiful souls that came here and have been taken on so much difficulty, so much burden to try and fulfill God's purposes of bringing forward a very pure Christ light. And they've just been like shat on, you know? And the truth is that there is lessons to be learned in that, and especially in terms of coming into the maturity of Christ, becoming a more powerful healer in Christ. Having said that, Christ did also already die for all of these advanced light workers, and for everybody who truly believes in Christ, truly at a deep heart level, and who's truly repented. So, you know, this is against God's will and God's plan, what these people are trying to do. And it's already over. It's already game over. But they're still trying. And so things need to be continuously said and put out there and exposed. These demonic and satanic and luciferic influences, and the people who have been carrying these energies out, it needs to be said. It needs to be fully exposed, because that is ultimately how the divine feminine who's been dealing with this fully releases the burdens and allows that wheel of fortune to shift so that she is truly on top and moving forward with her mission and her light work. And that's also, you know, in more practical terms, for a lot of people, very tied to their career and upcoming opportunities, success, influence, contracts, etc. So let's pull a few cards and we'll get into it. Let's call in the Most High God. I already clearly did this before starting the reading, but just for the cards, we're going to call in the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. Welcoming in the Most High God, the Holy Spirit, Yeshua. All right. So, what does the Divine Feminine need to know? Your highest good and the highest good well-being. Yeah, lots of cards coming up about increasing net worth. We've got cash flow, opens the doors of financial prosperity coming your way. Unexpected income incoming with overflow. Your heart is ready, your mind is not. Refocus your attention and go. So yeah, so there's, I feel like it's, I think to a certain extent the feminine's already healed her heart from this, but like, you know, I'm talking about a lot of this because it takes for the mind to completely sort of move past I think some of the things that she's been through, especially in the past year, it's just a little bit, because it's been so ongoing and because these people have been so persistent, it's been hard to fully release the story, right? Here we've got overthrown, you win, game over, stand tall. Like I said, this battle has been won. And yet, even though it's sort of a paradox because it's been won, but God said we need to kind of keep doing these evening prayers about this. All right, it's Archangel Michael. Like, I guess what I'm saying is Archangel Michael has these light workers, these feminine covered, no matter what. But God's still asking us to do these evening prayers and to, you know, God asked me to do this to help other people, basically, to really be conscious and aware, and to bring as many people as possible into this protection and into this energy, who has been doing the work to heal their hearts. All right, so what does the family need to know? Meet me on the other side. Travel to higher dimensions to connect with your I Am presence and activate your spiritual gifts. Beautiful. And on the bottom it says writer's block. A new level of creative flow is available to you. Take a time out to tap into the Akashic field to expand and grow. I'm going to take that out. Yeah, there's a reason why. Because underneath payback, divine justice is at hand. Nothing for you to do but observe, pray, and allow. I'm not surprised that the divine justice card came through for that whole preamble. So, but what God's really trying to say here is that the feminine's done the work. The feminine has is free to grow at a powerful, powerful spiritual level. And there was so much confusion before. To stop this, on the cut here, expecting a new baby is being seated in the spiritual. Open yourself to receive them. And this has a lot to do with new projects. It has to do with really tapping in to the I am that I am, and to really come into contact with your I am presence is even bigger than being in contact with your higher self, because it's connecting with almost like the most pure divine blueprint of you available to you from the Akashic field, that's expanding and growing you to probably to the fullest potentials available to you. Maybe not for this whole incarnation, this whole lifetime, but for now, for a while, it's like it's really going to blossom you to a bulk of like what you came here to do for your mission is blossoming now. And it's justice for this to happen. And like, yeah, there probably was a lot of delays because of the things people did, but they couldn't stop it. And, you have a lot available to you in terms of spiritual gifts and talents in your Akashic records that are going to come forward here. And some of these people, like I said, they knew this, they were aware of this, and they've been wanting to take you out to stop it, because that they see that as a direct threat to their either to certain contracts, like I said, they have with Satan, or just to like them being like the best, the one, on top, like very competitive, very egotistical, very narcissistic. So all right, so what else does the feminine need to know about what's coming towards her? What's coming towards her? at this time, and our highest good and the highest good of all beings. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, we've got love the skin you're in, tend to your beauty, tell yourself how beautiful you are, glowing, shining star. And then we've got wake up, it's time to truly live and get your life in divine order, which speaks really strongly to the central message about the feminine going through another level of awakening and really tapping into a very, very high level of divine alignment. So that's like what's going on for the feminine right now. And then we've got sugary, sweet without substance. Their love runs skin deep. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have prophetic word. You're hearing things clearly. Write it down. Organize your thoughts. Praise God. So it's beautiful because we, especially with this, the title for this card is writer's block, and it's saying here prophetic word, write things down. So I feel like some of the feminine watching this do tend to write a lot, or typically write a lot. This is interesting. Yeah, they do tend to write a lot, and there's some important insights that are going to be coming through that it's best to write them down. So I don't think it's meant to take more priority than self-care right now, because I think that some of the feminine, like I said, were really burdened for a long time from a lot of these energies that have been attacking them and against them. And some of them, straight up, like some people were also, stuff was done to try and like mar or harm their beauty as well. And there's been, I know in the past year there was like a lot of emphasis on like putting more attention and care into taking care of myself and my beauty and my body and my health. And I feel like it's important to do this because it helps to get you out of a cycle of feeling like less than. Like, especially if some of the people that have been doing this to you are like had some sort of authority or leadership or star status, and maybe maybe you just didn't feel on their level. But something about like when you really take care of yourself and bring out like that glow within and that star beauty, like star quality beauty within you, then alongside all of your spiritual gifts, you start to realize that star quality within yourself, and it gives you more confidence to just keep moving forward in all ways with your work, knowing that you're moving towards being a powerful, I don't know if professional is the right word, but a powerful leader with this prophetic word that you're receiving. Have been, will be. I think your powers are getting stronger, right? Like what you've received in the past was already powerful, but with this message here about activating your spiritual gifts, there's a higher level of prophecy coming through from like tapping into this broader level of the Akash. So what's really like interesting here is like, I was like, how does this sugary sweet without substance, their love runs skin deep card fit in with everything else, right? And then on the middle cut, we've got heat in the kitchen, steamy date night at home is just what the love doctor ordered. So there's somebody around that like is going to be making some sort of a play towards a divine feminine, and it's not sincere. It's not a sincere offer. I want to get another card to clarify that, to get a little bit more information. So we're going to pull another one, and then we'll pull some tarot. Clarify sugary sweet without substance. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I'm reading this wrong here. Okay, so we got he wasn't the one for me. I always knew it, but I didn't know how to let go or leave. And then it says, he loves you. Just shut up and listen. He will make up for his wrongs. And then on the bottom, it says, you are so beautiful to me. Let them gush on you how much they love you and the reasons they do. Yeah. And then underneath that, we've got heavy emphasis on tailor-made adventures and experiences that make life truly exhilarating. And on the cut here, giving and receiving love is the highest purpose. Okay, so this didn't start out as a love reading, but there's definitely some love coming towards the feminine. It is possible in some cases that somebody was in a very, well, the divine masculine for a lot of these feminine that are watching, like they were in a very superficial relationship with a karmic feminine. And it was all about like how it looked to the public. It was all about appearances. It was all about surface level agreement and people not really saying what they really thought or felt. Because why? Because it got a certain amount of attention, it got a certain amount of financial benefits. A lot of this is just based on very superficial material ego things. And an addiction to that, right? Like not being able to leave. I think it was... I'm not making excuses for anyone here. Like, people know I feel like, okay, I'm talking right now specifically about a masculine who is in this connection with the karmic feminine, and I feel like this masculine knew the whole time how superficial this was, and they didn't care, really, because they were a little bit like, they were a little broken from like a previous relationship, and it just like, true love was not really at the top of their focus when, they got into this other relationship. And so, because I just felt like, it's interesting because like this person, this divine masculine, they knew what they were doing. They knew it was wrong. They knew the whole time it was wrong. And like the whole time they were in this superficial relationship, they were like falling in love with you, falling more and more in love with you, and they want to talk about it. They want to try and like fix things now. Yeah, they want to tell you like why they really, really deeply love you. All the reasons why they deeply love you. Oh man, this took a turn. It's honestly going to be up to the feminine here, like what feels right and what makes sense. Like I said, I think that in some cases this person is sincere and it is worth hearing them out. But it's also, you have to keep in mind also that like a lot of these feminine, like I said at the beginning of the reading, you were dealing with attacks. People were literally, in some cases, trying to kill you, sometimes with magic. A lot of, like, heavy black magic. You were confused. You were trying to figure things out, like, going deep with God, like, deeper than you ever knew was possible, getting confirmations, like, with Archangel Michael. that you were ultimately protected. But like, this was brutal. And yes, it made you stronger, but it also, like, it didn't make you more like soft and feminine for this person. Like, it made you really strong and a little bit tough and now defensive towards them, because like some of them even knew that you were going through this and they did nothing. They just stayed in like a highly materialistic, superficial relationship. Because of, you know, I don't think it was to spare the other person's feelings. It was for selfish reasons for a lot of them. So it's going to be really interesting to see how this goes and what they're going to say. I want to pull one more card on this. And this whole love the skin you're in, you know, tell yourself how beautiful you are. So, okay, some of these masculine were with other women who were like really, 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 really attractive. And maybe that made you feel a little bit insecure, that like maybe like, because maybe you felt like some of them were more beautiful than you are, or in terms of like public perception, like these other women were more beautiful and were, you know, drawing more attention, super, you know, again, based on like superficial things and material things and just standard definitions of, you know, westernized beauty, right? And so they just went for it. They just went for it, right? It was like that. Yeah, okay, I know that, like, I know this really beautiful woman on the outside is totally not the right person for me, but I didn't care. Even though somebody who I really loved and was falling more and more in love with was going through a really hard time, I just didn't care. This is brutal. It's brutal. Okay. So let's get one more card here to try and clarify. Let's get some advice for the feminine here about what to do in this situation. What does the feminine need to do here? Okay. Parallel lives, parallel universes, parallel dimensionality, parallel hearts. This card, it always confuses me. I'm going to pull one more. On the bottom, we have Royal Heart. Your pineal gland is activating in connection with your Sacred Heart crowning. So this has to do with focusing on your spiritual activation of your spiritual gifts right now. That's really where your main attention needs to be. And underneath that, we have Sweet Talk No More, leave drama at the door. So you really don't want to get involved with drama here with anybody. Let's clarify this parallel lives, parallel universes. Okay, so we've got destination, good fortune, elegance, and grace are your portion, which is wonderful. There's good, really great, like I said, the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. That was the card they showed me, it was the Wheel of Fortune, and this really talks about that. You're really stepping into a very, very divine, beautiful version of yourself in the next, you know, in the next months ahead. And something you should be really proud of, Divine Feminine. Okay, and like, look at this, just to confirm, it's happening right now. The shift into your higher consciousness is about to shock you. Yeah. I've been getting this message for a while. Oh, and look at that on the bottom. Part of what you're waking up to is your ancient truths, your DNA. For a lot of feminine, your DNA is literally going through a big shift right now. This is why you need a lot of rest, more rest than normal. You need to really take care of yourself. Not just for, you know, like confident, feeling good about yourself and confidence about your beauty, but literally like, because you're going to be like glowing hardcore from the inside out because of all these like ascensions that you're going through. And your DNA is like able to hold more light and cosmic energy from these changes. On the bottom here we have DNA, ancient memory awakening, ancient bloodlines, revealing forgotten truth, Starseed activation of primordial DNA. So what I sense is that there's a lot here. Like, part of what you're pulling in from the Akashic field and this higher creative flow is like other aspects of yourself in other parts of the cosmos, because you exist in many fragments throughout the universe, even other universes. It's hard to kind of get your head around. But like, it's almost, and like some of this is very starseed energy. So like parts of you, let's say, that are in other constellations like Lyra or Arcturus energy or Andromeda, like it's all kind of, you're pulling all this in, you're pulling it into yourself, these energies. And this has been going on for a little bit, and it's going to keep going on for a little while. So I know that might seem like a little far-fetched concept. Like, why are parts of your soul in like all these different galaxies and even in other universes? But it's just, you have a huge, vast, broad soul that wants to have like many experiences. And the only way to have all those experiences is to split off. But because of the ascensions happening on Earth right now, it's advantageous, like, because you have an opportunity with Earth's ascension at this moment in time to become a galactic citizen and to start communicating with all different parts of the galaxy. Through getting granted that access, you can pull these parts of you in and then start to share your Earth energy with these other places too, which is great for them also. In some of these other places, they already have, they've had galactic citizenship for a while, but like a lot of people watching this, you've been under spiritual quarantine on Earth, and you're finally you're clearing out the karma, or you've cleared out the karma to kind of break free from that, which is a big deal, okay? Like, it's many lifetimes for a lot of people of having to work through difficult lessons to do that. It's really powerful. So let's get a few tarot. Let's get a few. I feel like, getting back to this person that you're dealing with, this Emperor. Yeah, strength. Honestly, I feel like the worst is over with this situation. It's taught you a lot of strength. You felt really left out in the cold by this. I feel like for some people you're moving on from this person. But in some cases there could be a reconciliation. I think the key thing here is if this person is not proving to really be on your level spiritually and is not coming into the same level of gifting and activation and moving forward with their spiritual path that you are, if they're not on your level that way, that's how you're going to know they're not able to kind of resolve this with you and move forward with you more than anything else, right? And if they are, really going through big transformation and stepping up the way you're stepping up, then it could lead to a really happy ending. Like, Four of Wands is often a card of like leading the community together, like moving into spiritual leadership together. On the bottom though, they're Eight of Cups, right? So some people, if this is not gonna have opportunity to move towards the ultimate, then it will be let go. So, but I feel like some of these masculine, they do want to move into this higher potential, and they're finally walking away from this really shallow connection that they got themselves very involved in. So yeah, they want a new beginning. Their hearts are healing, and now they're wanting to walk away. They're realizing that, that there was like trauma reasons and bitterness about why they kind of were being so shallow. Basically, just leave it at that. Okay. So what does the feminine need to know here overall to clarify? Let's get some clarifications on this masculine energy. It feels like what's most needed here. What does the feminine need to know about the masculine? Okay, Seven of Cups with Ace of Swords on the bottom. Yeah, it's all about confusion making way to clarity. Under that, we've got Three of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. It's like, again, I feel somebody wants, to clear away the karma and the burden to like have an opportunity with you, to build something with you that's fulfilling, like deeply fulfilling. Like sometimes Seven of Cups, like see all these different objects in the cups. There's a lot of material things. Like I was saying, like something about this connection they were in, it's like very superficial, very materialistic, and very astral, right? Like in terms of like lower astral realm where there's a lot of confusion, probably a lot of especially when you're making those kinds of decisions and you're having sexual activity with someone because of looks, but then let's say that person is of a lower vibration, that lowers your vibration and creates a state of confusion, right? And again, leading to like why they didn't know how to leave, because they were entangling with a lower vibration that was keeping them from coming into truth and clarity. So again, there's no this isn't about making excuses for them and their choices, even though there is always usually trauma involved with why people make bad choices. But part of it's also just not listening closely enough to God, right? And about not being ready to have the maturity to be saying, unless it's going to be a real divine partnership, I'm going to hold off, right? That's what a true mature emperor would do. Look at the Sun card in the bottom there. Yeah, feminine, you're coming into a really higher consciousness. You're also seeing, like, we've got four of Pentacles and the Death under that. You kind of, there's an ending to where, like, these interactions where people have been, like, really materialistic and stingy with you. Because you want to be happy and you deserve to be happy. Let's get another card of advice here. Ah, yay! Beautiful confirmation. The Wheel of Fortune came out. And then the Knight of Wands came with that. And the Lovers. Oh my gosh, they're going to be coming in strong. Oh my gosh, and King of Wands coming in under that with strength. This person is coming in, whether you like it or not. They have a lot of passion for you. Some of them want to make things right. But sometimes just beware, because in some cases it's also possible that some of this passion with this Knight of Wands could be very superficial. Like, this can be seen as the player card. So when I see that with sugary sweet without substance, it honestly, it makes me a little bit concerned. I'm not gonna lie. But you know, don't let this distract you from moving into your higher consciousness. Lovers is also about a choice and making a choice which way you want to go. Do you want to continue to live in drama or not? Now, I don't want to be overly prescriptive here. We've got like a king under that, right? There is, I feel like there's some of these masculine want to or are in the process of growing up and becoming more mature and really do love you and are, I see that, you know, that King of Wands is somebody who's, you know, ready to really step it up with moving more into their spiritual truth and gifts and service as well. You know, because that's the whole central message is, you know, it's time to to be fully self-loving no matter what here, and to truly, you know, put God first and what God has for you in terms of like awakening your Akashic records and living your life according to what the divine and what God wants for you. That's you know, your number one purpose. So if somebody is coming in and in some way sort of you feel like is creating a negative on you having success with either of those things, then it's, you know, then it's something to walk away from, because it's just going to take away from this great opportunity to elevate that's coming in for you. But it, you know, if you feel like it is truly supportive, and definitely check with God on that, because like I said, there could be some shady masculine coming in tricking you, because they ultimately want to take you out, because the whole preamble about this like dark energy. You know, right now I don't have a totally clear answer on that from this reading here. 5 of Wands. But there is still conflict and competition around you. It is, right? It's still there. So you have to be discerning. And I know that's hard, because to really be open to receive a masculine, you need to be in a soft, loving energy. But some of these masculine in the past have walked all over that, right? 10 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, right? Some of them, like I said, they left you for dead, or they wanted you dead. It's getting mad. I'm just, it's just so wrong. Like, it was so wrong what they did. Yeah, tower moment here, right? With the Queen of Wands, they just wanted to take you out. Okay, they wanted to take you out. So let's get a little clarity here. Is there a masculine that's coming in that's truly genuine for the feminine? Oh my God, look, 3 of Wands and the Devil. I just gotta be honest, and like the Tower Stone to that. I gotta be honest the way you read it. What I feel like is that there's somebody that's coming in sooner than later that's like bad news, okay? Like they're deceptive here. They might invite you to travel somewhere. They do not care about you. They want to take you out, okay? They're trying to sabotage you, all right? What else do we need to know? Is there a masculine coming in the future that's genuine after this kind of situation plays itself out? Yes, there will be. We got 5 of Cups with 10 of Cups on the bottom, okay? And 7 of Wands and Page of Wands there. So Yes, there will be, but you're going to have to stand your ground. And there might still be like a need to finish healing from this ongoing BS that like these people are continuously trying to throw at you, because it's hard. It's hard on anyone. Like, as long as you're human, no matter how spiritual you are, when people are constantly, you know, having such ill will towards you, it's really, it takes a toll, is all I'm gonna say. And that's what they want, right? They just, anything to lower your vibe, anything to keep you from doing this and fully activating your spiritual gifts and becoming that glowing star that you are. So you have to try and not let it bother you. You have to be discerning, right? And you have to heal your heart, because that's how they hold you back. So I honestly, it might seem like this is a little dark here, but I feel like there's, okay, it's not, because there's good things coming in for the feminine, right? We know this. We've got this. It's very clear. Destination, good fortune, elegance, and grace are your portion with the Wheel of Fortune. So don't let this drama, don't let it think that things are not turning out great for you. The things are turning out amazing for you. Yeah, the Fool. There's a great new beginning here. Let's get one more card to clarify, like this Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, it is coming in sooner than you think with this Knight of Swords. You're moving away. You're moving away from all of this. But, you know, just beware, because I feel like some of this communication is coming in quick and like trying to like take you off guard. So the Star card and the Judgment. You focus on your healing. Just focus on you. Focus on your, you know, focus on being the star you are. That's all I gotta say. And God's gonna protect you. Call on Archangel Michael. Meditate. Pray. The Judgment is on these people. I'll just leave it at that, okay? I'm sending you lots of love. Again, please subscribe to my channel to help get the word out. Please like the video. Please comment. And if you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Take care.